Very good evening and welcome to Glamour Live. I am Molife Kumona, the online editor of Glamour Magazine South Africa. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for joining us today for yet another live. This is our first live. Oh, not the first live. I don't know why I'm thinking it's the first live. This is our second live for the week, and as we spoke about it earlier in the week, we are speaking to artists from all over Africa. So we are speaking to artists. We spoke to Daco Vibes yesterday from Ghana, and today we're speaking to Adonis Bosso, who's originally from Ivory Coast, but now he is based in Canada. So Adonis will be joining us just now. We're just waiting for a few people to join the live. So I know Adonis is online. So just waiting it for us to get to about a couple of people, then we can start our live. So just give us like a minute, then the live is going to start. Thank you so much for joining us and taking your time to chill with us this evening. Let me just make sure my phone is straight here. All right, so I'm gonna connect now to Adonis and we can start.
Hey,
Hey,
how's it going?
I'm doing good and you?
I'm good, man. We surviving out here in Canada, this quarantine and everything.
Cool, cool. 10 a.m. in Canada, 8 p.m. in
Now,
South
now,
Africa.
now it's 2 p.m.
Oh, it's a 2 p.m. day.
Yeah, it's just the afternoon now.
Oh, so it's six.
Because I'm
So
in
we're basically
Toronto.
6 hours ahead.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, so you're like in Europe.
oh yeah, we're like 6 hours ahead. Oh,
Yeah.
interesting. I literally thought it was in the morning. I don't know why.
No, no, no. It's afternoon
In
now.
Toronto, okay.
Yes.
Cool, cool. So how are you doing? How are you today? How are you this morning? Before we go into how are you doing with the whole lockdown situation?
Honestly, I'm good. Like I just put the baby to sleep, so like everything's good. Like I woke up and everything. It's finally starting to get nice because it's really cold out here. We just got to 8 degrees, but it's
Oh, wow.
finally starting to warming up because it's been cold and kind of depressing. But now like the weather, the sun is out and everything, so people are starting to get in a good mood and everything.
Mm.
How are you?
And I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good. Had a very long day, but I'm looking forward to eating after. I love to eat. So that's pretty much what I've been doing a lot of during the lockdown. What have you been doing a lot of during the lockdown? How many weeks
I've
are you
been
in?
I've been I've been cooking a lot, like, cause I'm lucky enough. I'm with my whole family, with my mom, my dad, my grandma, all my brothers and
Oh, wow.
sisters are here.
Oh, that's
So
dope.
we've been like, yeah, there's like 10 of us right now here,
Oh,
and
wow.
I've been trying different things. I've been trying different meals. I've been cooking. I've been writing songs. I've been practicing the guitar because this year I got really concentrated more on playing guitar. So like I've been like
Mhm.
just playing guitar every day and everything. So yeah, I'm just like trying to stay creative, writing songs. My interface just came, so I'm about to start recording out here. So I'm excited.
Is it? So for people who are joining us right now who don't know who you are, can you just tell us slightly who Adonis is? And how do you pronounce your name and your surname properly? Was I
Yeah,
doing it right? Was it?
it's Adonis Bosso. But yeah,
Uh-huh.
but French is my first language because I'm from the Ivory Coast. So my mom calls me Adonis Bosso. But like when you translate it over to English, it's Adonis.
Okay. So just tell us slightly about you, who you are for the people who's just joining us who might not know much about you before we get into our conversation.
Yeah, well, I was born in the Ivory Coast, and when I was 3, I moved to Canada, and I studied special care counseling to work with kids with special
Okay.
needs, like with mental and
Uh-huh.
physical impairment. And
Uh-huh.
when I was 17, 18, I started modeling. So I started modeling in Canada first. I did stuff like Essence.com, which was
Mm-hmm.
one of the biggest online website in Canada.
Mm-hmm.
And then from then, I moved to New York at 19, and I started doing Fashion Week there. Work with like
Mm-hmm.
all the big brands, ZKNY and everything in New York, in New York, Tommy Hilfiger and everything. Then a few years, like maybe a year after I went to Milan, started doing Vivienne Westwood, Tom Ford, Diesel, and everything. And yeah, afterwards, yeah, I started doing campaigns, Like from
Mm.
the biggest campaign, the biggest job I ever did was Dolce and Gabbana. It was like I was like one of the first black guys to be like in a Dolce and Gabbana campaign, because like back in, because I started modeling like 10 years ago now. So
Mm-hmm.
so it was a kind of a different time, you know. It was like
Mm-hmm.
we didn't really have people like that look like us in
Yeah.
those in the high fashion brands. There was a few, there was a lucky few like the Fernando Cabral and everything, but it was I was lucky enough to be one of the first ones to be able to do it.
Oh, cool. That's nice. So let's talk about modeling. Okay. How was that like? Being a black model, beginning this journey 10 years ago when you were 19, or was it, you said 18?
Yeah,
Around 19,
17,
18?
18. Yeah,
17.
yeah.
How was that like? And what are some of the things you've learned that other models or other people who wanted to enter into the space can learn from?
Well, from first, for the first thing I learned is like it's not as easy as you think. Like everybody thinks they're like, oh, you just go take pictures and like that's pretty much it. But it's a really really building a, it's a career. You're really building a career. It's not about, it's not just like, it's not as easy as like for example, like my career. I started my first contract. I got it in 2007. That was
Mm-hmm.
my very first modeling contract. A year after the agency closed. The agency was just bad. It
Mm-hmm.
just closed. And then like I didn't work for a little bit, and then it took me like two more agencies to actually find the agency that I'm still with right now, with my mother agency Montage in Montreal. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, they've really helped me and really supported me through all it. But yeah, it's really a career. You have to have like, a tough skin and everything, and you really have to kind of like assess what's going on in the field and like see
Mm-hmm.
what's yeah, which are the models that are working and everything, because everybody thinks they're like, oh, because you're cute you can be a model and blah blah blah, but it's not necessarily about your how you look. It's about the clothes, because that's what your job is to
Mm-hmm.
sell clothes.
Mm-hmm.
So it's all about,
Mm-hmm.
do you fit these clothes or not? So that was the
Mm-hmm.
thing. Like that's when because I remember when I first started modeling, I want to be all muscular and be all big and
Mm-hmm.
everything, and I
Mm-hmm.
realized that's models are not
That
big.
doesn't work. Yeah.
Model, like that doesn't work. Like you're supposed to fit the clothes, you're supposed to fit the suit and fit it
Mm.
nice. So that's when I realized, and that those are things that I learned, and like and and yeah, the fashion industry has brought me a lot. I was able to travel the world, see beautiful
Yeah.
places. I've been to places in Africa that I would have never been if it wasn't
Mm-hmm.
for modeling. Same for Europe, because I've been to South Africa, Liberia, Gabon, like all
Mm-hmm.
these through fashion and everything, because they make it so hard for us to like travel within the continent within the continent
Mm.
sometimes. But like I was able to like just go travel the world, see Europe, see Hawaii and everything. So it's definitely a beautiful experience, but it's still work. You still like
Mm.
your job is still to sell clothes at the end of the day. So that's what I realized. That's what I learned.
Is it? As a black man who was in that industry, at that time you were one of the first in the industry. But for someone who's watching now who's not the first, um, what would you tell them in order to use to their advantage being who you are? I mean, because I'm trying to think like if you're in an industry, you can use who you are as a black person or the way you look or something as to your advantage. What was your competitive advantage when you started out?
I think I was a little more. I was original. Like I will, because when I came, like I said, there was not a lot of us and everything, and I was
Mm,
always. I came in the mindset. I'm like, if I'm gonna do this, I want to represent my people in a positive light. You
mm,
know, that's what
mm,
I was like. Oh, I'm gonna use this in some way to like empower
mm,
other people, bring more models in, and all of that. Like, cause I came when I came in, I was a skater. I had my nose ring. I had my
mm,
skateboard. I was like skating
mm,
through castings and everything, and I feel like what made me stand out, it was like my just the way that I was different, you know, and I feel like that's what makes models. And but not only
mm,
being different, but also you have to be relatable. I feel like people need
mm,
to feel like, oh, I know this guy, or like, oh,
mm.
he looks like me, or like, oh,
Mm.
I can see myself doing what he does, you know. So
Yeah.
that's what the best models do. They inspire. They just inspire. I feel like it gives us a platform. It gives us a platform to represent our people, because the fashion industry is to finally like now they finally realizing they're like, oh, black people have a strong buying power. You know, they realize, oh, we can actually we need to include these people because these people are the ones buying their clothes. Now you see
That's true.
Gucci
Yeah.
has a lot of black people, like Dior has black people, and even now designers are changing now. Like the head of Louis Vuitton's Virgil Abloh, a black man. So now
Yeah.
they're realizing the buying power that we have, and they're finally not accepting us, but letting us into the conversation. Cause I can't say that like it was always easy. I've experienced my fair share of like reject and everything. I remember like even in Canada, that Canada is said to be like so free and so open, but I've got some of my first like encounters of like the division in fashion in Canada. People, I remember there was some shows, like even little shows, and the designers you never hear about, you know, but it's a Canadian brand, and they were like, oh well, you're not really fit for the brand because like we're looking for more like European looking guys and blah 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 and everything and all, and even at some point somebody said they wanted to cut my belly button because
Okay.
I had a nice body and everything. I was working out and things, but they're like, yeah, but your belly button, because I have an Audi, and they were like, yeah, your
Uh-huh.
belly button is a little
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know.
distracting, and I was like, for real? Like I'm giving you all this, and this is distracting you. So it's
Uh-huh.
like, you still like through I was pulling through and pushing through, I realized, oh yeah, there's still some work to be done, and it's just nice to see now that like there's like so much more models working, like girls, and like because for a long time there was like a lot of like mixed models that were working, but it's not to see like
Mm-hmm.
really dark skin, beautiful woman, beautiful man
Mm-hmm.
walking down the runway.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
Cool, cool. So I was thinking, right? So when I looked at your Instagram page is quite. I like your Instagram page.
Oh, thank you.
It's what's the because your Instagram page is very artistic. You also have a lot of pictures of some artists, some old artists, and like just take me through your content creative process on your Instagram. I really like it because I've been looking at it. I look at it, it's really cool, and I'm just like, okay, when I speak to you, I want to know your content creating process. I mean, I love this picture. I don't know if you can see it. Can you see this one? Yeah.
No,
Oh,
I
that's
can't. Oh yeah, yeah, I remember that show.
yeah. So just tell me about it, like your social media. What's your creative process behind it? Yeah.
Well, I like people because the first thing I could remember ever doing as a child was drawing. I used to draw
Mm,
like all the time. Like even my mom said like, oh, because my mom said even when she had me in her belly, she used to draw a lot. And then
mm,
drawing was my first way of expressing myself. So I used to
mm,
draw a lot. I used to love art, and I did theater, and I used to sing all the time and everything. So I always wanted to express myself through some kind of art, you see. And I at some point while I was modeling, I was doing photography too. I had my camera, and I would go to castings. Like during my castings, I would take, what's up guys, I would take pictures of like all the
mm,
models just waiting around, and I
mm,
made a little blog. It was called The Insider's Eye, and I would just like photograph the models in like in their street style and everything. And I don't know. I always look for different ways to express myself.
mm.
I feel like if if anything, we've been put in this earth to create. We've been put in this earth to like, not if it's not necessarily life, but like create, invent, inspire. And I feel like this is another platform where I get to do that.
Mm,
I get to talk. I get to talk, to share what I see, what I've been a part of. Because
mm.
at the end of the day, it's beautiful to be, because fashion is art. At the end of the day, it's like people are really
Yeah.
creating garments and clothes that you you feel good in, or you feel pretty in, or you feel inspired in. Like fashion is some kind of art, and yeah, I feel like I was able to like really express myself through fashion. But the thing the thing about it is that you never, when you're a model, you don't really choose what's going on. You're not really
Yeah.
curating
Mm.
the whole situation. You're just you're adding
Showing
to the
it.
art. you're just adding to
Uh,
the art. It's like you're bringing it to life. It's like, oh, you're putting this shirt or this suit on me, and I'm bringing your vision to life. And I feel
uh,
like, for example, my Instagram, it leaves me in the world that like I'm in the midst of, in the world that I'm in. It lets me like, yeah, curate my own like see people how, show people how I see what I'm going through, see like my days and my inspiration and everything. Like, cause
uh,
yeah, and even like now that I'm doing music and everything, it lets me,
yeah.
like, yeah, like show you, oh, what is my inspiration. This is what, oh, I should post different artists because like, oh, this is the person I used to listen to all the time, like, or this is who my dad used to play all the time. So yeah,
Mm.
it's nice. It's nice
So,
to be able to have the outlet.
so speaking about expressing yourself, and I was going to go to the music part, but I'm just going to look at questions here that have been sent. So, Busiswa, there's Busiswa, who's one of our biggest artists here in South Africa and in Africa as well. She also collaborated on a song with Beyonce.
Yes,
My Power. The song is
yes.
called My Power. She's watching and she's asking, what kind of music do you make? She's asking,
My
what
mu-
kind of music do you make?
my music is very soul R&B. I feel like
Mm,
that's mainly what I've been like. My I'll always remember my mom's first album CDs, Whitney Houston and everything. And my aunt had like the actual CDs of like the Tony Braxton, the Babyface and everything. So like I used to steal those and listen, and they're like, oh, and they'll come, you're still awake. I 1 a.m. listening to their music and like trying
hmm
to understand, listen to those brandy melodies and everything. Cause and yeah, cause I feel like being a man, and being an African man, I feel like we're told not to feel so much, and I've
hmm
I've always wanted to, I don't know, make music that like people can feel and like express what my emotion through that. And I just wanted them to like, oh, I feel this. I was like, oh, I get the emotion. I've been through this, and help, because it helps me cope, So I want to use it to, mm, give others an outlet to cope
mm,
as well. So yeah, my music is very soul R&B, a lot of guitar, a lot of like a lot of chill vibes. I do have like a lot of African inspiration because I'm African. I'm African,
hmm
and I was having this talk with the artist Neka, and she told me, I'm already African. I don't need to try. I don't need to try to be
That's true,
African.
actually.
I don't need to
Yeah.
try to like, me being African is just it. I don't need to like, it's not because I'm African I necessarily need to make Afrobeat or African music or blah blah blah. I'm already
But
African. It's
don't you?
already part of me. Me making this music
Mm,
makes the music African. And
mm,
the heritage that I have, I used to listen to Mewe, Papa Wemba, all of them,
hmm
Miriam Makeba and all. So yeah, all this still inspires the music,
hmm
even though it's like predominantly R&B. my
So,
my heritage inspires the music.
mm. So in terms of your transition into music, I was looking on Spotify. So I don't know where we can get your music. I was looking on Spotify, and I think I only found like I think maybe one track of
Yeah,
yours.
you found one
However,
song.
I read an interview that you did that said you had 40 songs. So just take us
Yes.
through, first of all, how was your transition? How are you transitioning from being a model into music? I think you've got a record deal with Warner.
Yeah.
Just take us through that process and also where we can actually find your music if you have any music available.
Okay, well, taking you through the process,
Mm,
I always written. I really like to write, like, I really like to tell stories. That was like one thing I was really, really good at school. Like, if you tell me to write a story,
mm,
I'll write you pages and pages and pages. Like, I love to like write, and sometimes I would write poems and everything. And I moved to LA, and I was writing poems all the time.
mm,
And my friend, one time, he heard me sing, and he was like, "You could sing?" I was like, "Nah, bro."
mm.
I was like, "Nah, bro," because when I was 15, me and my friends, we tried to start a band, right? And like it didn't really
Uh-huh.
go nowhere. We tried to like, we're like, "Oh, we're gonna make it. We're gonna go on YouTube, put it on YouTube and everything," and we didn't really go nowhere. And I was like, "Nah, man, I've been through that road. I don't." And and then at some point, a really, really good friend of mine told me one day, I was singing. I think I was just happy because I was on vacation one day and I was singing all the time. And she told me, you know, you can't really sing that well. And I was, it kind of broke my heart, to be honest. So I was like, ooh, I was like, okay, well, I
Mm-hmm.
trust you. So if you tell me I can't do this, I'm not gonna do this, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And so when I moved to LA and my friend told me, oh, you can sing. I was like, nah, man, I can't. I've, I've, a good friend I know told me I can't sing. He's like, nah, you can sing. And then that same friend kind of like tricked me into going to the studio, like with
Yeah.
Theophilus London. It's this artist I really like. He's actually from in LA as well. So like
Mm-hmm.
I ended up in the studio with Theophilus, and I laid a few bars and blah blah blah. And he was like, "Oh, this is nice, man. You can sing." I was
Uh-huh.
like,
Uh-huh.
and then like I did that. I was like, "Oh God, I can't believe I just did this." I was
Was
so
a jungle.
stressed. And then after that, when he said he really liked it, I was like, okay, let me try to go to the studio for real, you know. And
Uh-huh.
I went to the studio for real. And the first time I went to the studio, I wrote two songs, and Jungle is
Mm.
one of the songs I wrote. And
Uh-huh.
it was
Mm-hmm.
like I was like, just another day. And then we started off well. We started off like that. But the first song I wrote in the studio, it was a French poem I had wrote
Uh-huh.
while I was traveling and modeling and everything. I had this French poem I wrote about like because I was with this girl and I just missed her, and I could
Uh-huh.
never see her. Like I was always like, oh, I'm on this
Because you're
plane
always
here, I'm on
traveling,
this
yeah.
plane there, and like I just missed her. And I wrote this song about missing her, and then I wrote this poem about missing her, and then when I went to the studio for the first time, we made that a song, and that became my first song. And Jungle was the second song, because Jungle was really about when I wrote Jungle, it was really about me traveling all the time and like me just being on the road and me like being in like concrete jungle of love of New York, the jungle of life. That's really what
Mm-hmm.
it was about. And yeah, so and then afterwards I kept doing music, and like, oh, actually when Jungle was finished, I played it to the guy that Theophilus. I played to him. I was like, oh, this is
Mm-hmm.
one of the first song I made by myself and everything. And he was like, bro, this is good. Can I have this song? He's like, I want this
Uh-huh.
song. I was like, you want this song? I was like, oh wow. And then
Uh,
nah, I was like, nah, it's my first song. I can't give it to you.
uh,
I
uh,
can't give
uh,
it to you. Hold on. And that really pushed me to like keep going on. So afterwards, it's funny because afterwards I started keeping going to the studio and everything. And then one of the friends with who I was making music when I was 15, he hit me up. He's
mm-hmm.
like, yo, you know, I'm still making music right now. By now I've been making music for like 10 years now, you know? And I'm like, oh, for real?
Uh-huh.
So like come man, come. So he came to LA and we made the song All Right. I think the song
Uh,
should be coming out in like a week, and like in this month for sure. The song's coming out this month.
okay. Yeah,
And
yeah.
yeah, we made the song in my bedroom, just me and him in my bedroom. And then we called my friend Josh. He came, he played the guitar. And that
Uh-huh.
song got me signed to Warner. Like the song I made in my
Uh,
bedroom with my friend I know from years, you know,
uh-huh.
it's that
Uh-huh.
songs
Uh-huh.
that got me signed to Warner. And then like from then on, we just never stopped. We're like, okay, let's keep going, man. Like, so we made so much songs. I work with different producers, and I just like finally like got this new outlet to really express myself, because I always
Mm-hmm.
wanted to sing, but like I said, I was scared a lot. After my friend told me, "Oh, you can't do it," it's like sometimes people like just plant things in your head, and you're like, "Oh yeah, okay, I understand, I get
You
it."
probably you believe them, yeah.
Yeah,
So
I
so
believe
what
them.
does your friend think now? What does your friend think now? After
It's
she
funny
heard
because like
Django, what did she say?
when she heard Jungle, she was like, she was like, "Oh, that's actually really good." Because we don't really talk like that, but
Uh-huh.
she's still a friend with my one of my best friend. And then he was like, you
Uh-huh.
know, I made Nadia listen to this. I made her listen to this song, and she was like, oh, this is actually good. So I was like, oh, your face, a little bit. It felt good. It felt really good. It felt good that she liked it. I was like, oh, okay, it's a full 360.
Mm. So all right will be coming out sometime
Yeah,
this
like
month, correct?
yeah. At the moment, I had because I was really concentrating on like putting on like making songs that were like
Mm.
stand the test of time and really make good records. And so I
Mm-hmm.
didn't want to just like put out songs just to put out songs. And I was doing pretty, and I was doing I wanted to train, and I wanted to like sing well live and everything. So I was training and every I was training every day. I had my vocal coach. I had like my presence coach, like to have nice stage presence and everything. And and like every time I wanted to put music out, there was like something, and then like now
Mm.
like everything's kind of working out to like, oh, this is the time to like, oh, let's just do this, let's do it right. And like, so like you'll definitely have a lot of music coming out soon. Like I have like, because like I said, I have like 40 songs already, so it's just about finding the right way to share it with you guys. And but yeah, All Right is definitely gonna come out this month.
Mm. But how was that transition like? I mean, from being a model to being a musician. What was the most difficult thing about it, perhaps, that you had to maneuver through? Because this is a field you were not used to. What was that transition like? And I mean, I know for a lot of us, we've got the stereotype that models are not that smart. Some of us, I don't think it's still there, but I think it is a stereotype.
Yeah.
Did you have to face that when you were studying with your music, or was there none of that for you?
Yeah, because like I feel, because at first, because not only like I was really new to the field, I didn't know much about how to like make a song, how to write a song and everything. It was really frightening for me because I was like, I really wanted people to take me seriously.
Mm,
That was the part that was like, I really want people to like be able to connect with the music, be able to connect with with what I'm saying and everything. But I just really wanted to be good. I really wanted to, not that I not that I wasn't, I really wanted to, yeah, in some way I wanted to prove myself to everyone. They're like, yo,
mm,
I
mm,
could actually do this. So
mm,
when that's, I guess, which is one of the reasons why I didn't want to put out music so quick, because I was like, I want people to like really understand. I feel like I'm doing this craft. I'm taking the time to like learn how to write a song, how to play an instrument, how to like record myself, how to sing in public and everything. I
mm,
feel like that was the hardest thing for me to actually, yeah, not yeah, to actually believe that, like, yo, you know what, I can do this. There's a reason for why I'm doing this. Like like every talent, every idea that comes in your head is for a reason.
mm.
So like I wouldn't be doing this. I wouldn't get signed if I wasn't good. I wouldn't be
Yeah.
able to like make songs. Things wouldn't align if I wasn't good. So that was like, it was more of a mental blockage, because like
Mm,
I really wanted to prove myself and be good and like and be accepted, and like, because like, because it's a different field. Because you hear people sing and
mm,
they could sing
mm,
they could
mm,
sing
mm,
their
mm,
heart out, and you're like, and then you can
mm,
have other artists that are like, you're a great entertainer. Like, I love your song, I love
mm,
your writing, and it's not necessarily
mm,
about how amazing it's like. Yeah, the best, some of the artists we have right now are not the best singers or anything, but like singing on things that they're giving and everything. So yeah, that was the hardest part for me. But I got surround. I have a really good support system. I have really good people
mm,
around me, and
mm.
yeah, they've helping me. They've been pushing me, and then like they've been inspiring me. So
Mm.
it helped me overcome all of that.
And speaking of it being a mentality thing, I know one thing you're passionate about is mental health. Can you just tell me more about why you are passionate about mental health and why mental health is important, particularly for everyone and also for people like you who are in the entertainment industry or in an industry where you are looked at as a yeah as brands or yeah, so why is that important? Why are you passionate about mental health so much?
Well, because first of all, I have a brother that has autism, and like
Mm,
growing up, seeing my family, seeing my parents, how they dealt with the whole thing, how hard it was on us to like just be immigrants and just dealing with the issue. It just like
mm,
really inspired me to help other family. We
mm,
in 2014 we started a center, and we could take 10 to 14 kids, and
mm,
yeah, they could sleep there. We do different activities, cognitive, like, to stimulate their mind and everything, and then
mm,
it's sponsored by the government and everything. But yeah, like, all just seeing my brother really inspired me, and I realized that, like, oh, because my he's a black man. Like, my brother is a black
mm,
man, and it's like just seeing him and what he had to go through, because now he's 22, 24, you know. So like now he's a
Mm-hmm.
he's a whole man. So like just seeing him
Mm-hmm.
and seeing what, like how important it is to like give care, because you know we are so like, especially in our culture, we're so quick
Mm.
to think, oh, this is like witchcraft, or
Yeah,
like
true.
sorcery, or like
Absolutely. Absolutely. Uh-huh.
he's just crazy, you know. And I feel
Mm-hmm.
like
Mm-hmm.
we often forget to like just sit down, because like people don't realize that like when you're back home, you have so many people you can actually talk to. You're like always talking to someone. You're always like, you have your brother,
Mm-hmm.
you have your cousins are all around, you know, with everybody is
Mm-hmm.
like, you have a really strong support system. It takes a village. You
Yes.
have the whole village there, you
Mm-hmm.
know. And
Mm-hmm.
here
Mm-hmm.
you don't like,
Mm-hmm.
here you're alone, and then you don't realize like how much like, because you're still in a white man society. You know, you don't realize how
Yeah,
much you're
true.
like, how much you have to deal with on a daily basis. Like even like there's one thing I'll never forget. Like because when I was younger, we used to go back to Africa all the time, and then
Mm-hmm.
and then like because every summer we would go, and then I feel like
Mm-hmm.
when I was 15, I went for the
Mm-hmm.
I went during the summer, and then for the
Mm-hmm.
first time I realized, oh, when I go to Africa, when I go back to Abidjan, everybody looks like me.
Ah,
Everybody looks like
okay.
me. Like it was the
Mm,
first
mm,
time I
mm,
realized, oh, I'm
mm,
like here. I'm not a black man. I'm
mm-hmm.
just a man. You know, I'm not. I'm just a
Ah,
kid. You
mm,
know, for
mm,
the first time I
mm-hmm.
was like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, this feels good. Like
Mm-hmm.
and I feel like, and that's what made me realize, oh, like it's just different. Like being here is different, and like you need to take care. We need to take care of our brothers and our sisters, and let them talk about their feelings, talk about their mental health,
Mm-hmm.
because like
Mm-hmm.
that's what it's one of our strengths, that we talk to each other. We're so united. We're so together, and like I feel like that's why mental health is so important to me. I want to create that village, uh,
Mm,
for all of us everywhere. Like make us realize how
mm,
connected and together we are. You know.
mm. No, no, I get you. So your father, people who
Yes.
follow you on social media will know. So tell us about your son, right? Um, Tell us about your son. How old is your son, and how does it feel? Like fatherhood, how's that like?
Honestly, it's beautiful. He just turned. He's 18 months now. He was born in September and everything, and
Uh-huh.
yeah, it's beautiful, because I had the luck to grow up with my father. My father was really really present in my life. He still is, you know. Even now, like because my father, he's pushing to he's in his 60s now. So
Mm,
he's like, oh, before I go, I want to make sure my grandson knows that I was in his life. So my father wakes up every morning to like take care of him, because he's here with us right now. Like he wakes up
mm-hmm.
every morning to take care of him and everything. And like he was really an inspiration for me of like what a man, what a father is. Like I see my dad,
Mm,
like still to this day, my dad drives to go get my mom some coffee or whatever she wants. You know, my dad
mm,
was really, really present, a really present African man, a very smart man,
mm,
a very loving man. And my
mm,
dad he knew how to do everything. He could go from build something and cook you a full course meal, you know. So he really inspired me to he really inspired me to be like him, to be present, and to like
mm,
give this how do you give this example to like not only to my
mm,
son but to other people. They're like, oh, because like
mm.
you hear so much like, oh, black men are not present in their life and in
Yeah.
their children's life, and black men are this and black men are that. But that's not true. Like when you really look at it, we're some of the most present people in our children's life. I've never like It's
Mm,
rare
mm,
that you see
mm,
a man with or especially an African man. It's rare you see an African man that's not around his child in some way. That's like you're not
mm.
gonna like have my name and like be out here in these streets like
Yeah.
disrespecting me in some way, you know? So like it's rare
True,
that you
actually.
see it. Like your father's always on your back to be like, oh,
Mm,
do this, do that. You're supposed to act like
mm,
this. We have the beauty to have these really strong, how do you say that, icons of men to just show
mm,
us like
mm,
how to be, how to behave. Like the one thing like that I love the most about our culture is that we teach respect to like an
mm.
undenying point. We
Yeah,
teach
true.
us, oh, like you respect your elders, you take care of your elders, and it's
Mm,
and it makes sense because like the same way I take care of you, I took care of you, take care of me, and that's why I'm implying to like in your mind and everything. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's just a beautiful experience, and he's honestly an easy baby. He's like always smiling and everything. He just want like now he's starting to talk, and it's beautiful because French is my first language, and his mom speaks English. So I'm at the point where I always speak to him in French and English. So
Uh-huh.
now he's like he's really like he's like he'll say palm and he'll say apple and he'll be like oh ballon and ball and like I'm like oh wow you really know
Ah.
both words for things and like sometimes because like even now he loves to do like eyes nose and mouth and sometimes
Uh-huh.
like les yeux le nez la bouche and also it's
Uh-huh.
like it's just beautiful to see and like there's something there's something about till this day I'll never forget. But like when you get a child and you look at your child and you see a piece of you, it's
Mm-hmm.
it's
Mm.
nothing can compare. Nothing can compare to that.
Yeah,
It's a
not
beautiful
yeah,
feeling.
I get you.
It's a beautiful feeling.
Uh, so, and in terms of you're a very like stylish man. I mean, I think maybe it comes from you having been a model or something. Who inspires your style? How would you describe your style, basically?
Well, the person that really inspired my style is my mom. My mom is so stylish. My mom is
Uh-huh.
so stylish. Like my mom could you could never catch my mom slipping ever ever. And then like even like when I was in elementary school before my
Uh-huh.
because I'm the oldest, so like it took a while before the other kids came to the same school as me. Like I was leaving when they came, and then like when the other
Uh,
kids came, they were like, "Oh, we thought you were an only child because you're always so fresh." You know. I was like, "Nah, there's a few other fresh kids coming. Watch." And then
uh,
like my mom has the best style. Like being an African woman, she used to draw and everything. She used to draw and like she used to actually design clothes like for people around. Like
oh, nice.
she would sketch and the people be like, yo Florence, can you like come and like do some clothes for me? They're like so sketching and they'll take it to the tailor and make it, you know. So like she has
Mm,
a great sense of style, a great sense of decor. My house, the house up here is like
hmm
it's like immaculate color coordination with the pillows and
uh,
the carpet and everything. Like it's like everything is like so. She likes matching outfit. Like even this, like I have this tracksuit that she bought me, and I loved it because I saw it on somebody else, and I was like, I want this, and like she didn't even know I wanted this, and she got it for me. I was like, so my
oh,
mom
wow.
is definitely my style inspiration. But so
Mm,
whenever I dress, whatever I wear, I always think in some way with my mom like this, like am I making her proud with this outfit and
mhm,
everything, and like and definitely fashion has definitely helped like my style because like I've learned to like it gives me like a certain amount of taste, you know. It gives me like being like working with all these designers from Jerry Lorenzo to Dolce.
mm,
It's like
mm,
it gives you a certain
mm,
amount of like, oh, you know what's nice, you know what's like I've seen. And on top of that, I did a lot of ecom when I first started, so I really got to
mhm.
like e-com is really like you wear 100 items a day. Like you're just like shooting like 50 to
Ah,
100 items a
ah,
day. So like
ah, ah, ah.
I've seen like all these fabrics. I've had like tread, and I really know. Okay, this looks good on me. This doesn't, and then you get to go to on the website, and then there's like 50 images of you with different outfits. So you really know. So I got to
Mm,
really know.
mm.
Okay, this looks good. I don't know if I look good in this, but like I'm selling it though, you know. So yeah, that really inspired my style. But like people like Michael Jackson was definitely like one of my big inspiration. We used to like listen to him all the time, and like he was one because
Mhm.
not only because he's a king up in Ivory Coast too. You know, so like he's like he's like he just cherished back home and everything. So like he was always
Yeah.
like one of our big inspiration. But like growing up, like now I'm like getting my inspiration for all these black men that have done music, like from Lenny Kravitz to yeah, from Lenny Kravitz to Jimi Hendrix and all of that. I'm playing with colors and everything and with silks. I just want to be comfortable and like and show them and show and represent my people in a good light at the same time
Mm,
because that's
mm,
what like at the end of the day when they still judge us like they still like
mm.
when you see black man they kind of see that oh that's how every black man is, you
You
know.
see
So
it?
like
Yeah, true.
so
Mhm.
I so I try to represent my people in a good light.
Is it? And then my last question for you is like, what's your dream for yourself? I mean, now that you're getting into music, I mean, you've been in music, but now we're officially going to be getting a lot of more of your songs. And for people who are watching, your song Jungle is available on Spotify. It's a really good song because I went looking through your music, and I really do like it. It's a really dope song. So
Thank you.
Jungle is available on Spotify. All Right is available later this month, sometime this month.
Yes.
So yeah, what's your dream for yourself? What did you say your dream for yourself is?
Well, I don't want to say that I have a specific dream because we do this thing where we hold on to things and then we realize that it's not like what you want is not necessarily what you need or what
Mm,
is God's plan for you, But I
mm,
want, if anything, I want to be able to be able to keep creating. I want to be able to
mm,
no matter where I am, no matter where I become, I just want to be able to create. If it's not music, if it's clothes, I just want to be able to constantly create. I feel like that's in some part the legacy you leave in this world. It's not what did you do, well, what did you make, what did you who did you take care of. I want to be a part. I want to be able to, yeah, leave on this earth and be like, oh, you have this to remember me. Not only the
mm,
music, not only the fashion, not only my son. You have all these, you have these things that I've created as a man, as as a son, and as a musician. Just all these things that I've things not necessarily I made with my hands, but even the impact I've left on people. I want to be able to just stay creative and just leave a positive a positive light, not on the people, be
mm,
on my people, on my family. Just after I leave this, that's my dream. I want to be able to say that I've lived and I created great things.
mm. Cool, cool. Adonis, where can people find you? Where can people find you? Plug yourself. Tell us your Instagram handles. If you have a YouTube channel, tell us all that.
Man, if you're looking for me, it's Adonis Bosso, Adonisbosso. Find me on YouTube, Adonis Bosso. The jungle videos out there. Same thing, Spotify. I'm Septum Poppy out here because I'm Canadian and I got the Septum. So a little shout out to Drake, So
Uh-huh.
I'm out here just out here trying to share with you and create the best and just share love. That's my goal in life. Just spread the love, spread and show people how great our people are. Because
Mm,
we even forget within ourselves that we're great. We started this. Every from art, mathematics, everything. We
mm,
started it. So we are the greatest. Let's not forget. And
mm.
I feel I'm here to just remind you guys all this. So find me everywhere. Septum Poppy on Instagram, Adonis Bosso everywhere, Twitter and everything. I'm out here for you guys.
Your dream, three of your dream collaborations. Three of your
Whoo,
dream collaborations.
whoo,
Living or dead. Living or
living or
dead, and you need
dead.
to tell me why. Yes, and you need to tell me why. Living or dead.
Okay, dead. I would say if I could make a song with Bob Marley,
Mm,
if I could make a song with Bob Marley, that would be life changing. If I could sit
mm,
there, because
mm.
my my dad's favorite song was "Turn the Lights Down Low," Bob Marley and
Uh,
Lauryn Hill. He used to play the
uh,
song all the time, all the time, all the time. I was and
uh,
then now growing up listening to this, I'm like, oh wow, Dad, you got taste, Dad, you got
uh.
taste. So if I could make a song with Bob Marley, I feel like it would not only meet this man, because
Mm,
you know the impact we all know the impact his music had, not
mm,
only in his country, but from in Zimbabwe, and all
mm,
you know the impact that this man left, and it's it would just be an honor to just sit down with this man and pick his brain and pick his
mm,
musical ear, to be
mm,
oh, like another dead person I would collaborate with, and it's not even an artist, but I would love to meet and create something with Nikola Tesla, because
uh-huh,
yeah, he's one of the greatest inventors. He
mm,
created so much, and we shares the same birthday. So I would like to
mm. Oh wow.
sit down with him and be like, what can I make? What can I create that I can help my people? If I don't know if it's some kind of satellite, some kind of
Mm-hmm,
new kind of energy that we could use only on the continent, so we wouldn't have to be like dependent on anybody. But I would definitely like sit down with Nikola Tesla and be like, yo, how can we make this work? Like, what is it that we need? Show me your brain. Like, teach me about quantum physics and everything. Like, I would like definitely want to sit with a man like that and be like, and like use that knowledge to spread it to this time, you know? And who else? I gotta give a living. I gotta give a living person.
Yes, I was about to say that actually. Yeah.
I gotta give a living person. A living person, I would say Erica Badu. I would definitely love to
Oh
like work
yeah.
with Erica. I
Oh
would love
yes.
to work with Erica Badu. Because I've met her, and she was the doula when my son was born. Like she was
Uh-huh.
helping his mother through just the stress and everything, and like giving her
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
just giving us good advice, and she really helped us. But her music and her vision has always like helped and inspired and like left a nice, like she just, even like when you see what she's done with other, like she changed people. Like she did, like you see Common when how he was before he met her and everything. Like he became a different person. Same thing with Andre 3000. He became another person. So I feel like she's the type. She's like she has this goddess energy, this kind of like mermaid energy, this healing energy that like that is necessary that I want to put into my music, and to put like to like cure. There's like this feeling of cure that she kind of gives in her music, and I would like to like be able to channel that with her.
Cool, cool. Adonis, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for
Anytime. This was
joining us.
amazing, man. Great
It
interview,
was really
man.
cool. It was
Thank
really,
you.
really cool. So I think by now you are what? You are almost 3 p.m. We are 10 minutes to 9. So
Yeah.
yeah, this was
Yeah,
pretty
man.
cool.
Go
What's your
get your
favorite Erica
food. Go.
Badu song?
Sorry.
What's your favorite Erica Badu song?
Didn't you know? It's a song.
Oh, okay.
I love this song, and the video is so meaningful to me because for the
Uh-huh.
longest time I didn't understand, for the longest time I didn't understand the what's it called, the meaning of it. Because like the video,
Uh-huh.
she kind of looks like a alien. So she's walking around in the
Yeah. Uh-huh.
desert, and she's
Uh-huh.
walking and
Uh-huh.
she's walking,
Uh-huh.
and then she sleeps, and she keeps walking and she keeps walking, and by the end of the video she's in the water, and then you realize that like
Uh-huh.
through the whole video, that circle and that thing that she was walking, she was heading to her cocoon to have this whole rebirth, and like become, she was kind of like a butterfly, like like a caterpillar becoming a butterfly, and then she got to that point, she was
Uh-huh.
emerged in the water and everything, and even her head was shaved when she got out and everything. She was completely, it was completely reborn, and it was like seeing that, like it's the amount of like artistry, it's nice to see
Mm.
coming from our people, from Black people. It's just like, it's just originality, because like especially in this time that like we're so used to hearing trap music, and we're so used to like dancing and everything. We love, and we love it,
Mm.
don't get me wrong, but
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
it's nice to like see art.
Something
It's nice
different.
to see
Yeah,
art
I
and
agree with
music
you.
collide.
Cool, cool. All right, Adonis, have a great one. We will chat again soon. So for everyone, this live, we're going to save it onto our IGTV. So the live is still going to be there on our IGTV. So people can go
Hey,
watch it, go back and forth. Jungle on Spotify, all right, coming out soon.
very
Do let
soon,
us know when
very
it's out.
soon. Hey,
Cool,
definitely.
cool.
I can't wait.
Yeah, have a great day, and thank you for joining us to everybody. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys for everything.
All right, cool, cool. Bye bye.
Cheers. Get your food, man.
Thank you, thank you.
Bye.